Good morning, people. How are you all doing? Today, Alexandria Fragrances. This is one of the last ones that I think I have. So far, I have like four. This is the last one of them. I think I might buy a few more. I do my research. I try to find as much as information as possible. But then, like this fragrance, they have a lot. Hany Hafez has a lot of fragrances. And when you look at them one by one, you see they're clone of something, but you do not know if you do not see reviews, if you do not find anything on YouTube or like Fragrantica, you do not know how good they are, how close they are. So sometimes you have to blind buy, sometimes you have to sample. So I rather buy the bottle straight away. So here is my story of Alexandria. I got a bottle that was sent to me, if you do not know by now, Hafez 1984, which was to me one very close encounter with Mansera Red Tobacco. I really liked it. It was very loud, it was very strong, and it's perfect winter fragrance. And I was interested. I tested out few fragrances, few samples, few travel atomizers from some of my brothers, and I could tell because I have tried the original of those fragrances that they are inspired version of. Uh, I like some of them. I liked a lot of them actually, not everything, but some of them. Let's say Anubis Kiss, clone of Black Afghano. I like the clone that they made of Pegasus. I like the clone they made of this one, Virgin and Water. And then I started realizing they have a lot more other clones. And some of the fragrances, like I bought, let's say this one, Paris Night. This is a clone of one of my favorite fragrances that I cannot afford at this point. That is Grand Soir. So this thing is like, how close they are. If you see my review, you can tell they are close and they are long lasting, potent fragrances. But I told you also, you have to be fair, when you're doing assessment of a fragrance, you cannot come up and say like inspired expression is going to be better than the original. That is not possible. If you see Marilyn Monroe is Marilyn Monroe. If someone looks like her in this current time, she has her same hairstyle, same accent, same everything, people will say she looks like Marilyn Monroe, but she is not Marilyn Monroe, right? So respect to we have to show respect to the original creators as well as if inspired expression or let's say a clone, whichever you say it, I respect both sides. So basically here you are saving a little bit of cost. You're getting this for one third of the price, and something we have today is inspired expression or inspiration. Whatever that let's say clone of, let's say clone is easy, a clone of Dior Prive line fragrances, La Collection Prive, that is Feve Delicieuse. Feve Delicieuse you guys all know, and I don't think you guys know this one that much. It's called Gourmand Kiss. I got this fragrance after doing research, and I saw a comment from one of my subscribers somewhere. He said, have you tried this? You've been reviewing a lot of Alexandria, have you tried this one? This is damn close to Feve Delicieuse. Feve Delicieuse was in my head, back of my hand, since my journey started 2015, around there, or let's say 2016. That time I saw Jeremy bring it up. He said it's so strong, so powerful, like a proper gourmand. It has tonka bean, heavy. It's a gourmand sweet fragrance, great for winter, and it's so potent. It can go through the wall. So of course, I was interested, but those are like going for what, $350, something like that. So a little bit out of my price league. I can get a sample definitely, and someday I will go to get those fragrances definitely. I'm not saying these are gonna be all I'm gonna get. For the time being, this is what I got, and let's review this and let me tell you how close they are and what are the similarities. I found out I sniffed Feve Delicieuse twice. So from the memory that serves, let's see. So Alexandria, they usually come with this new packaging now instead of that this colored box before. I think these are better looking. The name is here, written by Brother Ifran. They are sole distributor, USB page in Bangladesh. These are 60 ml bottles. They also come in 30 ml, and they have samples and they have travel atomizers. So you can try before you buy. And inside the box, the bottle stays here. It says Alexandria fragrances, and these are like parfum extract. And Hany Hafez wrote one of his quotation here. And what else is missing? Yeah, here it says handcrafted in California, and tells the bottle size. So these are 60 ml. I have a 60 ml. I think this is the biggest bottle that you can get. I wish there was like 100 ml or something, that would be better. Bottles typical, just any other Alexandria bottles, like a decant bottle or so. They have the sticker, name, 30 ml, and the cap is like, it's very light bottle. Cap is not click on, but it's hugging nicely with the atomizer. Atomizer on these, they are not consistent. Some of them spray really effortless. Sometimes they have like psst, and then they don't get stuck, but they don't spray effortlessly. So my hand is oh Oh, I'm wearing something. Sorry, my scent of the night, I forgot to tell you. Check that out. Gucci Purum 1. Yes, the legend is in my hand. I'm just kidding. I knew it was on my hand. This was my scent of the night. I'm enjoying this thoroughly after 3 years of wait finding this hard to find gem. This is going for $400 per 50 ml on eBay and Amazon. Very hard to find. I found it. It's just God is great. So that is my scent of the night. It's in my hand. Okay. So let me tell you about this fragrance. Let me spray this on my neck. Okay. You saw the spray. Spray is okay. So I know the smell of this. Basically, Feve Delicieuse. Let's talk about Feve Delicieuse first. Feve Delicieuse is a combination of a lot of sweet notes. It has note of cherry. It has note of caramel. It has note of chocolate. It has note of jasmine. It has note of freesia. As far as I remember, there also vanilla. There's a vanilla already. There's tonka bean. So basically, it's a citrusy opening, and it goes slightly to the sour cherry, and then it is gonna go towards. It's a lot like, if you know this one, low medial line. It's a lot like this fragrance. I find Feve Delicieuse to be very close to this one. Low medial. This one is the EDP. Hold on, let me see the name. Yeah, EDP. So that one has a beautiful similar sort of vibe. That is also like angelic noir. So they have some sort of sweetness going on in that common DNA. They have a lot of sweetness, vanilla, tonka, heavy kind of fragrance, and some of the best vanillas. So this one actually trying to capture that image. So if you are looking for sweet, very sweet fragrance that has touch of freshness with in the beginning, this is kind of a fragrance that you can look for. This is a winter fragrance. I believe this is a unisex, just like Feve Delicieuse. Prices on these, I think the 30 ml will cost a little bit more in terms of what you call the ratio price to juice ratio. I think better to get 60 ml. 60 mls I bought for, I think if you convert right now, it's about $60 or $55 around there, and the smaller one here it costs like $45. So yeah, it's up to you which one you get. So prices on these, not cheap, definitely not cheap. You really have to think how much you're getting. 30 ml, 60 ml, whatever you pay. If you convert it to 100 ml, see how much actually it comes to, because 100 is the standard. So these are, if you convert it, somewhere comes to $100. Okay, 100, maybe $110 or so. So it's not cheap. So talking about the performance, are they good? Most of the Alexandria that I tried, people say they do not last, but luckily for me, every single that I tried, every single one, Anubis Kiss, it's like it gives me like easily 7-8 hours, longevity on my skin. So that perfume extract is true. So the perfume oil they put in this, longevity is great, no issue with longevity. So another thing is, this is a sweet fragrance. Opens up a little bit. To my nose, it comes off as a sweet, citrusy opening. Okay, it has a little bit touch of something green in it. I don't remember, was it sage or something? There's something green, citrusy opening. Very soon you're gonna start getting that cherry vibe. It is a little bit synthetic, I must admit. Feve Delicieuse, what I remember, it was a proper gourmand. It was like you can smell the quality. It's thick, it's sweet, it's something like tonka bean heavy, and it's like so strong. So Feve Delicieuse, I think, was introduced early, and then they got discontinued. 2018 they brought it back, new version. So I do not know how the new version performs, but I'm sure the price is 3 times more than this one. So of course, if you can afford Feve Delicieuse, go and buy Feve Delicieuse. It's one of the best sweet, easy to love fragrance. You can get compliment left and right. It will project all day. This one, on the other hand, if you cannot buy Feve Delicieuse, I'm saying it's a poor man's Feve Delicieuse, and a very good one at that. You can spend that amount of money if you are trying to be happy. You at least have this one. You at least have, let's say, if you can afford Baccarat Rouge, but you have Interplay X-Ray, it's just gonna put a smile to your face. No matter what people say, I don't really care. I see when I put these names, people just laugh like, this is not the same thing. I know they're not the same thing. Of course, I paid a fraction of a price. What do I expect? My expectations versus reality. I keep it practical. I know what I'm paying for and what I'm getting. Yes, I'm getting a little synthetic version of it, and it's not perhaps 100%. Some of them are gonna be 85 to 90%. Good enough for me. Okay, so this is a little bit comes off to you as synthetic in the opening, but on the dry down, Feve Delicieuse, but less creamy, less thicker version, more lighter version of Feve Delicieuse, and it will project really nicely. So these are some of the things that I found out so far wearing this. I would wear this in a cold weather, one on my chest, perhaps one on the back of my neck. Very pungent, very strong scent. You don't want to smell it from here. If it comes from your ear to your nose, it's gonna be a bit much. Do not wear this to go to sleep. Okay, your wife might divorce you. But if you want to get a divorce, wear this a lot. Wear like a 10 sprays of this. I'm sorry, Hany Hafez, I'm so sorry that I'm making fun. I'm not making fun of your fragrance. I'm making fun of the situation of people who are not happily married. Okay. Sorry. So overall, this fragrance is a nice fragrance. This is not my number one. Alexandria, definitely. I love the Interplex Tray and Paris Night a little bit more. Okay, I'll be honest. You know what I like. I like. I love this two a lot. This is Baccarat Rouge, both of MFK House clone. This is Baccarat Rouge clone, Interplex Tray. This is Grand Soir. Grand Soir, if you do not know, at this moment is my number one favorite, most MFK fragrance creation. I love it over anything else. Maybe my taste will change in time, but I love, I love that for the time being. So I love those more. And very close third is this one. I know I like it. It's like candy. It's like very sweet, playful, easy to wear. Young people enjoy wearing this, and it does project. It has huge scent cloud. It goes like this. If you move, it moves like this around you. People from far can smell it. Do not wear this when it's super hot. The sweetness will come off wrongly. It will be too powdery. Tonka and the cherry combo, vanilla, doesn't work with high heat. But if you're working in office, let's say Valentine's Day coming tomorrow, whew, this will fly, my guys. You know, my people. If you wear this, it's gonna be in a huge crowd. Let's say concert. If you're gonna be like dating in a restaurant or something. If air conditioning is blowing, you'll be projecting. Your fragrance will be projecting. Everybody's gonna notice you. That's the kind of bombastic fragrance this is. So for the price you pay, the longevity is great. That alone, I say all the time, this makes this fragrance is great. But in the end, be practical, be realistic. I'm never gonna say inspired expression or clone is gonna be better than the original one. Hands down, originals are originals, okay? And those who say extreme things like do not wear these clones, so it's everybody's personal choice. You cannot tell people what they want to wear, what they want to buy, where they want to put their money in. It's up to people. People do their research and they decide for themselves. Some people like Club Intense Man more than Aventus. What you gotta do, right? So that is up to people. So always remember, guys who are watching reviews and everything, always see the review, take it as like a reference point, and do not take it as an absolute. You go and do your research, ask your friends around, try to sniff it from if someone has it, read the comments on Fragrantica, people who write comments. Do a lot of research, then you can find your answer. Which fragrance do you want? Which one do you think is more worth it? Do you wait like 3 years to buy the original, or you can just be okay with something that is a lot like that but not exactly that, but for the price you pay you're happy? That's the story with Alexandria for me. But not all fragrances. Some of them I'm not gonna buy. Okay, but Gourmand Kiss overall longevity is 10. Versatility, it's cool weather friendly. Spring, autumn, fall, winter, summertime if you're inside the AC, and nighttime. This fragrance, unisex. Projection is great, 10 for projection. Overall, this fragrance I'm gonna give it like 8.5 out of 10. This is not exactly Feve Delicieuse. Like, I am very happy with this, but it can be a little bit cloying at times. I'm not gonna wear this every day, but for those attention grabbing, I want some attention. This attention grabber kind of fragrance, right? I suggest this highly to people who love Feve Delicieuse, who are a little bit younger and do not mind spending a little bit fraction of a price. Get something that's close to it for the time it is gonna make them happy, right? So that is Gourmand Kiss for you from Alexandria Fragrances. Excellent creation. Once again, I'm planning to get the La Nuit de l'Homme clone that people are talking about nowadays. I want to compare that to my La Nuit de l'Homme. All right, take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.